Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video for this lesson. So in the previous two videos here, we introduced ASA. We also introduced AAS. So plus the two methods we introduced in the previous lesson, we actually have four methods right now. Today we're going to just look at several different examples to practice these two new methods we introduced today. So let's check the first question here. We have given information, so we see two triangles here. What do you think? Which method can we use to prove this two triangle, or we do not have enough information? So you can definitely pause the video to see if you can get the answer and compare the answer with mine. So let's quickly check what are the marks or labels we have here to give out more information. So first I noticed there is a one curve mark here, so indicate angle B is congruent to angle G. That's the first one. And also, we have another angle. Angle A is congruent to angle F based on the labels, two curve marks here. And also, I have AC side congruent to EF, right? So EF here, they are also congruent. Now, my question for you is, since we have angle and also we have other angle, then we have side. So based on all the methods we have here, SSS, SAS, ASA, AAS. So we have angle, we have side, we also have angle. So some student might say it must be from this two, right? So now let's go back to check the position of the side. Definitely is not between the two angles. So definitely it's going to be this method. So let's write down the final conclusion. Congruent statement is triangle ABC is congruent to triangle. Again, when I write it, I have to pay special attention to the corresponding part. So angle A is matching to F. So let's write down angle triangle F. B is only one, so matching to G. C is the left one, so it's E by which method? Yes, angle, side. I hope for the ones you work on your own also get the same answer with mine. Now let's check the last two problems here. Again, you're welcome to pause the video to check how do you get the answer. Let's check the first one. So this two can be a little bit tricky. So let's check what are the information we have here. So first, I see this little one here angle here in the corner has one mark, and also this is one mark, so indicate they are congruent. Some student might want to write down angle T is congruent to angle V. I would say this is wrong way to write it, because as you can see in the corner angle T, I have several angles. All have same vertex and angle T. So if you just see angle T, I don't know which angle you're talking about. So that way, the better way, instead of using three letters, you can use three letters called STV. Or you can just label this as 1 and 2. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Or if you want to use three letters, you can say STV is congruent to UVT. So it's kind of, more letters, right? So that's one part. And also I see the two marks here, so let's use a different color. Then let's label 3, 4. So angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. Again, if you want to put a three letters here, I can put an angle UTV is congruent to SVT. Please make sure your vertex is always in the middle if you want to use three letters. So some students might say, I have only two pair of angles. There's definitely no method I can use. One thing I want to remind you is for these two triangles here, STV and TUV, definitely they are sharing one side which is in between TV. So that's why we can write down TV, side TV is congruent to itself because they both share the one side. Now, based on this angle, and also some students already noticed the side is in between these two angles here, so that's why it's angle, side, angle. So let's write down. So triangle STV is a little bit tricky here, so please pay special attention. How do you match it? S is to U. For this T, so this angle 1 is matching to angle 2, so that's why T is matching to V. then V is matching to T. It's a little bit tricky, right? By, as we mentioned, is angle, side, angle. Okay, so that's how do we figure out the answer. Now let's check the very last one again. Please pause the video if you want to work on your own. So let's check the information here. I have a angle here. Angle W is congruent to angle A. Some students might say, why not using 3 letters this time? So the reason we have here, because if you check the corner, we have only one single angle here. So if I just use the letter angle, angle W, it doesn't interfere like there's a multiple angle share the same vertex. So that's why for this case, I can just use one letter. And according to the marks here, I know side XY is congruent to side YZ. Now, based on all the information here, I don't see anything else. So some students might wonder, does that mean we do not have enough information to prove? Actually, whenever you think about this, pause here and think about the other way is hidden information. That means the information is not labeled on the graph, but based on like intersecting lines or some other information, we know it must be true. So some students already figure out. Whenever I say whenever we see two intersecting lines, we always know there are, yes, you're right, vertical angles. And vertical angles always congruent. Again, so we are going to write down the third information, but do not say angle Y is congruent to angle Y. If you write like this way, it's wrong. The reason is we have multiple angles around this one, so you can either use 3 letters or just label as 1 or 2, that's fine. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Again, they are vertical angles. Or you can write down angle WYX is congruent to angle AYZ. Okay, so for that case, we indicate they are vertical angles. Let me write down here to remind you. For that case, now I have angle. We have another angle, and this side is not in between these two angles here, so we know it's angle, side. So let's write down. Triangle WXY is congruent. Again, pay attention to the order. W to A, X to Z, ZY. By, yes, you're right, angle, side. So please always write down the evidence to support your final conclusion. And when you write down the congruent statement, do not forget you have to make sure the method is indicated clearly here to support your final conclusion. Okay, so that's all I want to share with you today about these two methods. I hope these videos are helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you soon, everyone. Take care.